Yeah, thank you. So just imagine we are your coffee break. So the first step, I have the pleasure to do some reporting about the project result number 2 of the FAITH project. And this is all about educational materials. And I have 2 very simple and plain take-home messages. Just remember Salim's talk this morning. He was talking about that poor teacher standing from that unique problem of issues with academic integrity and looking for solutions. And within the FAITH project, we thought educational material could be part of the solution. And so we wanted to collect them and disseminate them. So the message number 1 is just the solutions are there and we collect them and we still collect them and we will disseminate them through the project so that they are usable for all of you. And the second simple message is, and it's no surprise as well, we are working with translations within the project because usually students prefer to have teaching materials in their own language. So at least for all members of the FAITH project can have materials in their own language. That is just some formal information about the project group. PR number 2. So in the end, we will end up with materials not only in English, but also in Czech, in German, in Turkish, in Portuguese, and Slovenian. The timeline is also very basic and very obviously. We started with collecting materials all over the world. So many thanks to all of you who contributed to them. We tried to develop and adapt them a little bit further. And that would be the next part of our presentation, putting them together in the form of online interactivities, and that module you will present them. So that is an overview, just some formal numbers where we stand today. That is the persons and the institutions who contributed to the collections. And we have a lot of presentations and also a lot of educational resources. And we will add descriptions to that material. So in the end, in the database of the ENI, people can find short descriptions with all the information for the acknowledgement of the material and also some basic information. What is the material about? It makes it easier for orientation and what kind of materials you would like to use. I have some slides, just a short overview about the languages and also the materials that will be translated. Many of the contributors and also the creators of that materials are in the room, so thank you very much for your contributions. Here are some examples for a Czech language, so we will translate them from English into Czech, into Turkish, as I said, into German. So maybe you know some of that material. And that's the last one. There are also some in Slovenian and Portuguese. Some additions made because of Gen AI. Obviously, there was reason for us to take that into account and produce and collect materials to address that problem. I just want to spend a few words about 2 pieces we are working currently. And here the idea is to make give an example what happens when students are confronted with very difficult and theoretically demanding texts. So that is especially important for humanities and social sciences when you work a lot with texts. First question is, what will happen when the students ask Gen AI tools to explain them, that types of texts? And the second one is just to summarize them, because that is a very typical assignment in that classes. So they have to read them and have to address them and to explain them. And we choose, for an example, a very commonly known text of Max Weber and the ideal types of legitimate authority. And what you can see here is that the tools give answers that are, to a very high percentage, are correct, but it's not 100%. And students have to deal with that problem. So they are correct to 90%, and they have to be trained to acknowledge what are the last 10%, what is the problem with that kind of answers. And so that we try to give some support in that. So for finishing the first part, I just want to give a short outlook to the learning and teaching and training event in September at the University of Constance. You will find all the complete information on the FAITH project website and also on ENI. So program is finished. We have, before I left home, we had about 10 or 11 applications from PhD students. So that is will make a good group. And also we have obviously some social program, and we will have a short visit on the island of Reichenau, which has a big university and a big state exhibition this year. So just to make you a little bit curious of the place. Before I hand over, I just want to spend a few words about like the experiment I did last summer term when using that kind of materials we collected. So I gave taught a course in history with a special focus on AI tools. And the idea was doing assignments, typical assignments in a history class by your own, as well as with AI tools. And the result are, yeah, it's not a big surprise for all of you, but as the students used that tools and tested it, they became much more critical and skeptical about the tools than I by myself was at the beginning. So just in my view, the most important thing you should do is just use the tools and let the students use the tool. And it's not that important which kind of this huge collection of material you use. Just use any one. It works with almost every tool, almost every material. Okay, so I hand over for the new thing. This is PR2C. And oh, here we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself firstly. I'm İrem Gürbüz, and I'm a PhD student in Çanakkale 18 Mart University. So in addition to what Dr. Oliver says, I want to talk about my generative AI, artificial intelligence in higher education, the development of educational modules. I will talk about this issue. So firstly, I want to start with why is action needed? And I will talk about the project result 2B here. And after that, I will, from methodological sense, I will give some details about my modules and how I developed my modules. So in terms of this, I will give a roadmap for the development process. And then I will conclude my presentation with some expected impacts, the content of modules, and the some feature directions, some suggestions. So I want to start with a basic question: why is action needed? So here is the issue. As we know, FATE project focuses on the national and international policies for academic integrity. So in addition to this, as a component of academic integrity, nowadays we need an understanding for ethical AI use in higher education. This is a paramount matter for us. So here is the project result 2, and as we said before, there is a need for adapting and developing the guidance, the training materials in the digital era. So from this perspective, as we know that PR2A, PR2B, and there is a PR2C, which is about collecting materials, developing educational materials, and online interactivities and workshops. But today I will talk about the PR2D, which is about the ethical use of AI. So is it enough to ensure academic integrity alone in the face of rapidly evolving AI technologies? So here is the answer. I mean, what is the issue? The issue is that the AI is growing, evolving rapidly. There are new advancements a monthly, if not weekly basis. So there are concerns about this issue, issues like, for example, plagiarism, contract cheating, misrepresentation. So these are the worsened maybe by AI tools and services. Threatening not only students, but also the academics from this perspective. There is an impact which is about the research and scholarship in higher education. So we should this is leading to the reassessment ideas of plagiarism, authorship issues, co-authorship issues, and the collaboration in academic research. So all these issues may be influenced by AI. In this respect, to promote ethical AI use, establishing comprehensive ethical standards is essential. So with how we do this with the project 2D, it includes collecting, developing pedagogical materials for ethical implementation of AI. And the objective of my study is to ensure that students and educators use generative AI tools to way that they support their learning, their teaching process with academic integrity. And secondly, this study provides educators the tool and ensure resources effectively integrate generative AI to their teaching process while maintaining ethical standards. And finally, I will create an educational modules on ethical generative AI use. There are lots of issues, but some of them are the AI basics, the spelling myths, and the practical scenarios. So there are some components, and these components ensure that our modules would be accessible, engaging, and educational. So the first one is a handout. Each module has a handout, including the summary information regarding the issue. Secondly, an educational video. Again, each module includes an educational video, including the main issues, the question answer parts, and some scenarios about the issue. And finally, check your knowledge activity, which includes various types of questions to check the learned knowledge. So from methodological sense, it is a needs-based investigation. So in this respect, I made an in-depth research for each module and the issue. There is a comprehensive literature review for identifying the themes about naming my modules. So, and also there are discussions with professionals and academic board members. So here you can see my roadmap for developing these materials. Firstly, we identified the target group. Who are our target group? We think that they should be for both students and the educators. So after that, we will review the literature. So there are many publications about generative AI, ethical use of generative AI, academic integrity in education. So we identify the gaps. And after that, in stakeholder input, we conduct an interview with some of our students, academic integrity board members again, to collect feedback and the expectations. And after that, we analyze the current practices. What are they doing? What everybody is doing? So we assess the existing educational materials. And after that, we define our objectives. With the finding gaps, we compared identifying needs and the gaps. After that, we consulted with the experts. Again, we developed the scenarios. And finally, we designed our educational modules. Here you can see that piloting and revising. So this is not yet, because we don't have any we need a revision for the modules. So after piloting and revising, maybe we can use them for ethical use of AI in our higher education institutions. So here are the modules and the sub-issues from module 1 to module 6B. There are totally 10 modules. So maybe you can have a look. Okay. So this is a sample of content, which is about this is a handout, by the way. There is about the assessment in the process of generative AI use. It includes several issues. So here we can see the educational video, which is about, again, the assessment in the process of generative AI. There are, as I said before, there are question answer parts. As you can see here, there are scenarios, and there are many informations and related information on the issue. So here is again module 6B, check your knowledge activity, again with the assessment. You can see here from the scenario, discuss and choose. There's a multiple choice question. And after that, I will define what the problem is about the scenario. And after that, I let the educators or students 3 possible solutions to the problem in the scenario. So these are the expected impacts of the study. We expect that enhanced ethical awareness. So with this way, there should be an improved academic integrity. And also with the development of critical thinking skills, the educators or the students can analyze and evaluate the information generated by AI, and they think critically. And fourth one is the enhanced learning experience. Of course, the generative AI has many opportunities. One of them is enhanced learning experiences. And finally, empowerment of educators. And the ultimate goal is the fostering a culture of responsibility. So here is the future directions and some suggestions for my study. There is a need for continuous development of the educational modules. And also there's a need for longitudinal studies for understanding the long-term impacts of generative AI. Again, the adapting modules to fit diverse cultural perspectives. And finally, we should address new ethical dilemmas and the challenges posed by the advancement in AI. So in a nutshell, this study, overall, the study outlines the development process of the educational modules as a result of PR2D, and also their expected impact on higher education. So as a concluding remark, ethical utilization of generative AI goes beyond just preventing misuse. It involves cultivating a culture of academic integrity, establishing ethical guidelines, ethical materials, ensures that these tools are employed to enrich education rather than compromise it. So these are my references. Thank you for your attention.